All right, Shalom. First off, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakadash, Call Allah Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of great millstone, or GMS, rule well through the Spirit. Peace and blessings to the whole for elect. All right, the house of David, which will receive those sure mercies, which consists of 144,000, the teachers of 12 tribes, and also which consists of the one-third, the men, women, and children that shall believe on a new song spoken of by the 144,000. All right, this is Brother Yarala from GMS Dallas, back with a lesson through the Spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Shai. And just want to go through kind of what brothers have been going through as lately within, say, the last 2 weeks concerning a challenge from the apostles and some that are on our elders of the Yatazak in our camp. Also challenge brothers as well through the Spirit to provide lessons upon the ancient world versus the modern world. You know, there's certain laws that were instituted back then from the Spirit of the Heavenly Father, okay, that would be, frowned upon there, or people would be outraged about if they were carried out, and then there are various laws that do that, to where this Western world and this Western mindset, this Western culture wouldn't understand it, or they would be outraged, at the laws of some of the laws of the scriptures, man, because of this world, man. The ways of Esau, the so-called white man, who's controlled by the spiritual demon Satan, because he's the wicked of the earth. He's the physical counterpart of Satan. He's running the system, man. And so this modern world is actually away from the ways of the Heavenly Father. This modern world is they say this world is modern, is progressive. Now, it has increased in technology, granted that, but it hasn't progressed. It's regress, man. It's deteriorated or degenerative. Progress and increase is of the Heavenly Father when you're in those ways. So just want to go through a certain law in the scriptures that would be considered today as outrageous, or people would just be, for lack of a better word, horrified or mortified at, man. So let's get this first, because all the ways of the Heavenly Father have been turned upside down according to East, because of the rulership of Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he's turned everything upside down. So that's why people go crazy at certain things that we say. They say we have a rape doctrine, which that was just a law just in case rape happened. That's the only reason why we brought that out, and that's just a law just in case for that situation, how to govern that situation. But the way rape is done today and the way people view rape, according to the Western culture, for an example, people are outraged, when the apostles brought that up, when they were dealing with, what's that guy named, the House of Unconsciousness, Polite, but that's just an example, because the way Esau has turned everything upside down. So like this, Isaiah 29 and 15, it's like 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as a polished clay. And that's what Esau has done. He's turned everything upside down, man. He's changed the ordinance thereof. When you read in Isaiah the 24th chapter, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? And that's what Esau acts like, man. Okay? He acts like he wasn't created by the Heavenly Father. He acts like he was an instrument of the Heavenly Father's work, as all creation on the earth, man. All creation in the universe, man. Okay? That's what's at Proverbs 16 and 4. I created the wicked for the day of evil. And so that's what the Edomites were created for, and the house of Israel was created for righteousness, which we're getting back to that, okay? Through the grace and through the adoption of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Okay? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? And that's what Esau does. He's turning everything upside down. He's tainting everything on the planet Earth, man. He's genetically modifying all the foods. Okay, he has his artificial intelligence that he's pushing. Everything he's trying to put his spin on it. Even gum, for an example, chewing gum. That's something that's actually created in the earth, man, from tree sap. There's certain sap from trees that you can chew like gum, and you chew it, and it actually turns into gum. And when you take it out of your mouth, it's actually gum. and it cleans your teeth, it gets the gunk off and stuff like that, you know. But Esau puts his spin on chewing gum. He puts pork in some, all these different additives. But all you gotta do is get some tree sap, man, and start chewing it. Now it's not as minty as the gum that Esau makes, because he has, like I said, he has to doctor it up. But there is a minty flavor to it. There's a kind of a barky taste because it's from a tree. But nonetheless, it's way more healthy, you know. That's just an example, you know. But Esau, like I said, he's changed the order of everything. He's turned everything upside down. So also the way people view the scriptures now as well, you know. So let's get into the law that I was referring to. That would, you know, if this was carried out in this modern world, people would lose it, man. Okay, this is Leviticus chapter 20. Verse 15. Okay, and this is concerning bestiality, man. Okay, because bestiality is actually legal in certain states here in America. Okay, the certain states, there's a few states, probably like 5 to 7 states where it's legal right now. Okay, then there are states where it's a misdemeanor, other states where it's a felony. Okay, and I'll get that a little later. You also have states where pretty much zoo pornography is able to be distributed in certain states. It's legal to have it in your possession in certain states. You know what I'm saying? So all these different variations of bestiality. But the law on that is that you're supposed to, that the person is to be put to death and the animal, man. Okay? But here in this society, okay, that stuff is legal, man. You know, it's legal in certain states, and then you get a slap on the wrist, you may get a fine, okay, maybe a misdemeanor, you may do a little time, you know, but you're supposed to be put to death, man. And if those laws are to be carried out, people will be outraged and lose it, man, especially concerning animals, because you have to put the animal to death. And you know how you have the SPEC, I believe, that the organization that's for the animals. You know, they will be in a big uproar. You know, their jaws will be all up in a bunch, you know. But that's the law according to the scriptures, man. How you supposed to handle a situation, you know, if you're laying with animals, man. But now that's an actual industry here, man. Animal porn and bestiality is an actual industry here. It's utterly ridiculous, man. So this is Leviticus 20 and 15. If a man lie with a beast, he shall surely be put to death, and you shall slay the beast. And if a woman approach unto any beast, and lie down thereto, thou shalt kill the woman and the beast. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. So that is the judgment, okay, for bestiality, man. Okay, this is supposed to be a God-fearing society, but if this, like I said, this was carried out, man, people will be outraged. They'd lose. They'd be all on social media, condemning the people that carried out the act, you know, and sticking up for the animals. No, man, that animal that's an abomination, man. That animal is tainted now, man. You know, because humans aren't made to be lying with animals, man. So that's why you got to put the human and the animal to death. That vibration does not need to be in the planet Earth, man. There are certain laws that are death. You know, adultery, okay, murder. Those type of spirits shouldn't be in the planet Earth, man. Okay, and this is one of them, man. That type of vile spirit walking around, that vile vibration of sleeping with animals, man. You have to be put to death for that, man. So let me actually get that. Had it up. I believe at one point we were talking about it was legal in 14 states, but I believe it actually changed. So bear with me, y'all. Because there was a actual. Let's see. Change, yeah, bear with me. There we go. Because there was a map that brought up, okay. Alright, so let's go to Wikipedia and view that first. Okay, so this is a legality of bestiality in the United States. So there's Wyoming, New Mexico, Kentucky, it's like West Virginia, DC of all places. Looks like Alaska, Guam, Hawaii. You know, so that's where it states it's legal, man. And then the yellow it's a misdemeanor. Orange is a misdemeanor or a felony. Red is a felony. But none of it requires you to be put to death, man. So you can range from it being legal to what? You're doing a little bit of jail time. And you don't even get a lot of jail time for that, you know? Yeah, but that's the type of society we're in. That's the modern world, man, versus the ancient world. Okay. Legality of sale and distribution of zoophilic pornography in the United States. Green is the sale and distribution of zoophilic pornography is legal. So California, New Mexico, West Virginia, you can see it in Massachusetts, D.C. So it's about 5 states. Gray is unknown status. Yellow is a misdemeanor. Orange is a misdemeanor or felony. Sale is a felony. Brown is a illegal unknown punishment. So North Carolina, but they don't have no punishment. I'm like, I was about to say it was country. Edomites out there, man. That, especially that area, that deep south right there. They completely backwards. In that area. Let's see here. Next map is legality of zoophile porn in the United States. Possession. Green is legal. So pretty much the whole nation is legal to have that in your possession. You just can't sell it or distribute it. But if you have it in your house and be found, if Esau looks into your computer and goes through your files, you know what I'm saying, and he sees a woman sucking off a dog or giving head to a horse or being popped by a dog with a rubber on, that's okay. Nothing's wrong with that, Gray is unknown status. Yellow, misdemeanor, which is just in Oregon. Brown is unknown punishment. So that's the Virgin Islands, and so on and so forth. So we have an idea of this backwards society, man. But like I said, if this were to happen, if you were to put the animals to death, man, people would lose it, man. They would try to call themselves coming to the aid of animals, but the way Esau treats animals anyway is vile. These Edomites try to talk about how they love animals so much, okay? But the way they treat their animals is cruel, man. You look at the documentary Blackfish, the way they was treating those whales, those black whales, man, from SeaWorld. It was utterly ridiculous, man. Edomites put peanut butter on their genitals, let dogs lick it off, They're absolutely disgusting, man. I knew Satan was going to do that. So I'm at work right now. I can't, so Salaki, bear with me. Alright, Salaki, I can't run back now. Yes, as I was saying, you have these Edomites that are, the way they treat these animals, right? It's completely off, man. They try to be good to animals, but they just don't know how to be. It's not in them, to treat the animals properly. As I stated earlier before I had to pause it, to do some work. That documentary Blackfish, you have those killer whales that are performing. They have these small ass tanks, along with these dolphins. They're completely depressed, man. You have these animals in zoos. They're completely depressed, and their natural animalistic spirit is just drenched, man, and just taken out of them, man. You see those killer whales. Their fins are folded over. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be straight up, like you see when they're in the Arctic or when they're traveling in the oceans, free. Doing what the Most High created them to do, man. But their fins are all hunched over, man, or flapped over like someone bent it over, man. That's not right, man. I said they have the people. You can see this cracker movie I saw in the world called Road Trip. You saw the stupid slapstick movies, comedies. But always has some homosexual tendencies in there, or bestiality. Had one of the vile crackers talking about putting peanut butter on his genitals, letting a dog lick it off. But he was trying to convince, like, yeah, but it's your dog. Like, no, that's not okay because it's your dog, man. Even the animals are crying out, man, and you can see that. Even on highways and byways, brothers see certain animals or dogs or canines that just, you can tell they want to get away from their owners, man. Ain't no telling what these Edomites are doing, But let's get this real quick, since I mentioned that. Should be in Proverbs 12. Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Okay, the tender mercy of these the wicked. Who is that? Who's the wicked? Esau, man. They're cruel. Even though when they're trying to be merciful, man, they're wicked, man. Wicked as all hell. They call themselves saving these animals and from certain habitats and certain situations, and you're putting them in pretty much in captivity, man. That even Esau try to be merciful with the animals, and they still are cruel, But like I said, but that's the law, man. These animals have to be the animal has to be put down, and also the person has to be put to death, man. And if that were to happen today, man, everyone would be in an outrage, you know, because of the spirit of Esau, man. It's just off, man. That's why Job 30, you know, that's why we have to get the animals away from these guys, man. Job 30 and 1, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Okay, he's talking about the Edomites, man. You wouldn't even want to have them sit next to your dogs. Why? Because they would have sex with them, or they would do something vile with them, man, for no reason. You know, completely disgusting, man. That's just a spirit in them, man. And so that's why, and you can understand that when you have that law, and that they will lose in this society, man, because it's Western hegemony. Okay. But with that, Lord, I didn't want to make this too long, but Lord willing, this is edifying for Akim. Once that call, law, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles, the elder, great Millstone, rule well to the spirit. Peace and blessing, the hopeful elect. Shalom.